Welcome to a brand new edition of Moultrie on the Move. I'm Amy Johnson with the City of Moultrie, and Moultrie on the Move is a web-based show that informs you of things going on in and around the Moultrie and Colquitt County area. And with me in the room today, we're very fortunate to have the Sheriff of Colquitt County, Rod Howell, and Acting Police Chief, Mr. Sean Ladson. Welcome, guys.
Good morning. Welcome, Amy.
I don't think my office has ever been this safe before to have both the Chief and the Sheriff at the same time here. So we're going to start quickly with the background of you two, and what's interesting is you two have similar backgrounds. You're both from Moultrie and Colquitt County, and you both started your careers in the Sheriff's Office. Rod, let's start with you. Let's talk about when you started your career at the Sheriff's Office and what you did.
In 2002, I started with the Sheriff's Office, worked in the pod area. Not long after that, went to the academy, became certified. Got ready to go on road patrol, and I think at that time Sean was leaving to go somewhere, and me and him flip-flop positions. So worked our way up through CID, DET, lieutenant over to jail, and on to be sheriff.
Sean.
About the same. I started in 2001 as a jailer, worked as a jailer for about 8 months, then went to the academy in 2002, was on a road deputy for about 7 years, and then moved to the drug unit, worked at the drug unit, and then actually worked criminal investigations for about a year, and then finished out my career at the Sheriff's Office as lieutenant over the drug unit.
So you both worked together at the Sheriff's Office, and then you knew each other earlier than that. You went to school together.
Yes, ma'am.
So that makes things even more interesting, and I know that with the two of you being from Moultrie like I am, when you believe in the community, you do what you can to make the community better, and it's actually a goal to do so. So working together to serve our community better, what a better slogan.
Absolutely.
That's a great thing to happen.
And just to go one step further, me and Rod actually worked in the drug unit together for about 5 years. So when I was walking out the door, he was walking out the door, vice versa. I mean, pretty much.
Well, let's go into keeping each other informed. I know that there's things that happen in the county that doesn't happen in the city and vice versa. You two are seen weekly meeting out in the public, talking about things that's happening.
Well, we like to eat, so that's a plus, but every Wednesday we do get together, and, you know, because if it's going on in the county, it's probably going on in the city and vice versa, so we find it a good time to sit down and figure out what's going on and try to get it right.
Well, that's good. And you're doing things together. I know there's a technical unit that's together. Let's talk about the different things that you're working on together now, Sean.
Well, we are working on a combined tactical response unit. Rod and I both were on the SWAT team for about 6 years. So we know the importance of a city and county this size to have a quick response unit that can basically, you know, do what they can in any situation.
And there's plans for the future, even more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Rod.
Yes, you know, the first big step we took was when I took over, and then Sean came along, was combining the city-county drug unit. You know, we try to emphasize that the drugs don't stop at the county line or the city limit sign. So we have to get together, and we have done extremely well. We have been obviously in the newspaper with close to 60-something arrests, and that was actually started back in the early 2017 when Sean was the lieutenant of the drug unit. But we have done very good together combined, and I think it's only going to be great in the future.
That brings up a good point. There are things going on that the public doesn't know, but we have to know, rest assured, that you are working behind the scenes and to getting these guys off the streets.
Yes,
now, the combined drug unit, the tactical response unit, there's plans for new things in the future. The forensic lab?
Yeah, right now we're actually going to start a joint venture as well for a computer technology forensics lab. It'll be sponsored by the Secret Service. The Sheriff's Office is going to provide the location for the lab, and we're going to provide the personnel. The person's going to be a deputized federal agent for the Secret Service. Basically, this day and age, you cannot properly investigate crimes, whether they're drug cases or, you know, theft cases or violent crimes, without, looking at people's social media platforms. Everybody has a phone or an iPad and those kind of things. So those things play essential part in the evidentiary process. Right now, we have to send all our stuff to Thomasville, and that's the county and the city, and sometimes it's 3 to 6 weeks, back up before we get the stuff back. And a lot of these cases are active cases. So to have a computer forensics technology lab here in Colquitt County will put us ahead of the game. We will be assisting other smaller agencies in surrounding counties and cities, and also federal agencies.
That lets us know that everything is on your phone. No matter if you delete it, it is always there.
Oh, yeah,
And you can get it.
That's
It
right.
never goes
That's right.
away.
That's
And you'll
right.
find it if you need to.
That's right.
So you're talking about the Secret Service, and we also have great relations with the FBI, the GBI, the DEA. Those are important relationships, Rod, that we have. How is that important to our community?
It's huge on our end because me nor Sean has the full capability via money, personnel to encompass some of the investigations that we do. And it is crucial that we get the federal government in to help us because they do have more manpower, more resources. We have a FBI gang task force member that works for the PD. He's a lieutenant.
Yep.
That is huge. We've just been approached by the Marshal Service. They're wanting to do an officer through us, and people get panicky when they hear the feds are in town or the federal government, but it's key for a small community to have those resources.
It's to our benefit.
Yes, ma'am, very much so.
And I'd like to say also that it shows the caliber of both the agency and the department. The Cobb County Sheriff's Office and the Moultrie Police Department. It shows the relationships that we've made through 15, 16 years of careers for these federal agencies to come in and feel comfortable enough to say, hey, this is what we'd like to do. This is the cooperation we would like to have with your agency or department.
Well, that's phenomenal as a resident of this community. I think it's great that they feel that they can have that relationship and they trust both departments to work with you. Both of you have an open door policy. I know that if you walk into the sheriff's department, there's probably somebody there seeing you. Same thing with the PD.
Yeah.
Rod, you welcome anybody to come see you.
I do. My door's open. I do have a busy schedule, but I don't really set appointments. So if you feel the need to come by and see me, come on. My cell phone number is readily available. It's everywhere, so call me.
Yeah, same here. I've got an open door policy. I'm about like Rod. I can be disorganized at times when it comes to meetings, but if you come to the police department and you want to talk to me, then I'm readily available to talk.
Before we go, I do want to bring up one thing. What's interesting is the county city lines. I heard you talk earlier, and just because one of your officers gets, or one of the sheriff's officers gets to the county line where it's the city, they don't stop.
Correct. I tell my folks, if you're on patrol and if you're on Lower Meigs and you hear something that is close to you in the city, it does not matter. You respond. That's our first and foremost is the citizen safety.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, Rod has went ahead and deputized several Moultrie police officers, from lieutenants down to patrol officers. So, mainly because of the tactical response unit or because of the drug unit. So my guys can go outside of the city limits and assist with the county when they need to.
Okay. If someone watching does have information on a case or maybe some information that might help, is that confidential? Can you keep that confidential?
Absolutely. I tell people all the time there's information I've been given early on that I still have with me to this day. If somebody wants to come forward and give us information, they can rest assured that it's going to be between us.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Well, based on experience, as working drug agents, working drugs for 5 years, you have to practice a sense of discretion, and anonymity when it comes to people wanting to give information. Me and Rod are very well aware of how to handle that and be professional about it. We did it for 5 years.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, thanks. Rod, is there anything I missed? Anything you want to tell the public?
Yes, we just want to let the public know that we have our community at heart. We're going to make mistakes, but I can promise you we're going to adjust from those mistakes. But at the end of the day, me and Sean's going to do everything we can to provide the absolute best law enforcement possible.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Same here, really. Me and Rod are from here. We have families here. Children go to school here. We're vested here. I don't think either one of us plan on going anywhere, and these jobs aren't a stepping stone to go any place else. We serve you, the citizens of Colquitt County and Moultrie.
I don't think I can say that any better. Both of you from here, you're raising families here, you love Moultrie and Colquitt County, and it's a great thing to see both departments working together to serve our community better. So thanks, and I hope this is the first of many. Come back and let's talk about things going on. I know that there's a lot of plans in the future, so thanks.
Thank you. And
Thanks for watching Moultrie on the Move. We hope you've enjoyed the show. And again, I'm Amy Johnson with the City of Moultrie with Sheriff Rod Howell and Acting Police Chief Sean Ladson. Until next time, we will see you later.